What's going on YouTube? It's Wayne with Wayne's Fish World coming at you with my 55-gallon and 125-gallon fish tanks. I've got 1,000 subscribers and that is a milestone. It was actually my goal when I first started out this channel, and I realize now I want to go way past 1,000. Technically, right now I have 999. I'm going to post this video when I get 1,000. And I thought to you, what better way to bring 1,000 subscribers to show a tank that I haven't showed in over 3 months? My 55-gallon saltwater tank. Now, this tank has been through hell and back. Right now, all my pumps are off, so I want you to just see as clear as possible because the water level's not filled up. And we're going to talk about that in a second. There's a big ugly pond pump in here, and I'm gonna get into that. But first of all, let's take a look at the tank. Do I recommend doing this? Putting Oscularis clowns in with a maroon. Keep an eye on them. I got these guys in together when they were small. And there's a Royal Gromma in here too. Other than that, there's a Royal Gromma, 3 clownfish in here, and that's it. This tank went through hell and back, like I said, guys. Basically, after the nitro trigger died, the nitrates and phosphates went up like crazy. And there's a reason I didn't show you this tank in such a long time, because I didn't want to show it to you. I showed you the mistakes I made with the 125 without shame. Well, this tank was just a disgrace, and it's still in the process of cleaning up. I had all my live rock in the center falling down because I just let the tank go to hell because the water parameters were just out of control. There goes the Royal Gromma. Basically, after the nitro trigger died, nitrates and phosphates spoke up. They were off the charts. I had cyanobacteria, diatoms, hair algae, and what they do is they're basically taking the nutrients or the toxins out of the water, and it's doing it the natural way and getting rid of it. And I knew that, and I had to wait it out, and that's what I did. I said, you know what, I just got to wait this out and let nature take its course. Let me tell you something. I got 0 nitrates and 0 phosphates in a system using tap water, with tap water having 40 parts per million. I don't use reverse osmosis, and I don't do water changes, yet I have 0 nitrates and 0 phosphates. How I achieved this, I will get into. But I just weighed this system out, and I said, you know what? You don't fix your fish tanks. Nature fixes your fish tanks. So I had to be patient with it, and there were several times I just wanted to tear this tank down, put all these fish in the 20-gallon long I'm building, and just turning this into another freshwater planet tank. And I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't. Basically, how I got rid of the phosphates was adding a big refugium. That took care of my phosphate problem. The nitrates I had a battle crazy. I mean, I had days, where they'd be blood red off the charts. Then I had to go down to almost 0, and it would fluctuate on and off, on and off. It would go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It was a never-ending battle. And then I finally realized it started to establish. And I had 0 nitrates at one point about 2 months ago, and it's because I never touched the sand bed, and the sand bed hardened. And when the sand bed hardened, it became stiff, and it held less oxygen down there, and it provided a home for anaerobic bacteria. This anaerobic bacteria thrived, and it took my nitrates in the system and turned it into nitrogen gas. Well, I said I wanted more of a surface area for this anaerobic bacteria, so I added more sand. I had to go through that cycle process all over again. Nitrates went up and down, up and down, up and down, off the charts. They stay off the charts for a long time. Then they went down again, and then the system just went back up even after the partial deep sand bed. And I was like, I'm tired of this. I couldn't install more sand because technically it's not a deep sand bed yet, but in time it would take care of itself. So I said, I'm going to try one more thing. And that's why this 560 gallon per hour pump's in here right now. And I have the pumps turned off so you can actually see what's going on. But I took this pump and I connected it to this canister filter, which is for a 1,200 gallon pond. That's what it's rated for. It's actually Smart Pond pump and a Smart Pond canister filter. Some people can give crap about those filters and pumps, but I've had great success with them. Basically, a canister filter is acting as a denitrator. That's all it is. I want you to think about what a denitrator looks like and what it does. They tell you never to open it, but it's just some kind of, looks just like a canister filter with media in there, and they tell you never to open it. Well, sounds just like a canister filter, doesn't it? Well, what happens is when this water gets pumped in the canister filter, there's very low oxygen levels in there, and then all the gunk is getting collected. So it's a food source. It's feeding it. All this water is going into an anaerobic state, and this anaerobic bacteria is taking those nitrates and breaking them down to a nitrogen gas. And once they hit the surface or come back into an oxygen leveled water, the nitrates just go into the atmosphere, and boom, they're out of your system. So pretty much I let nature take care of my my system. At times I actually took water from the 125 that was very, 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 very low in nitrates. If sometimes they didn't have it at all, I put that water here to top it off. But I realized I'm not going to go that route. I'll probably get reverse osmosis soon. Not right now, but soon. So that is going on with my 55-gallon tank. I let this tank go so bad, guys. I actually got 2 bulbs blown out of this light fixture. This is just the 10,000K. I got to get my actinics back in here. So my plan is to get a cleanup crew for this hair algae. I've taken a lot of it out, but you can see some of it's still lingering right here, down here, here, especially on this power head right here, a little bit on the rock. It's still lingering, but it's nothing like it was before. I'm taking care of it. So I want to get a cleanup crew to get rid of some of this nuisance algae, and after that, or before that, I'm going to get 2 more fish in here and call it a day for fish. I'm getting a yellow tang to replace my yellow tang I had for 5 years before Hurricane Irene a year ago, and I'm going to get a blue hippo, like I said I was going to earlier, like a couple months back. So blue hippo and yellow tang going in here, a big cleanup crew, and actually my sump is off. This system is running without a sump, and I've got 0 nitrates and 0 phosphates. It's very possible. It's off right now because I wanted to focus on this part of the system and not down here. So when I connect the system again to the sump, it's going to have a nitrate spike. So I'm going to connect it before I get the yellow tang and the blue tang, because the water down here is high in nitrates and up here is very low. So it's going to shock the system a bit. So we'll fix this up before we get the new fish in here, and we'll redo my refugium. I think I'm going to take all the Haldia out, put it in the display, and just grow this with Caulerpa and red dragon tongue. That way I can have a constant food source for my yellow tang and blue tang. Anyways, that's the 55-gallon. Let's take a look at the 125. We got some new inhabitants in here. I'm going to make a video later on how to introduce new angelfish to already existing angelfish. Oh, hell yeah. This tank is looking amazing. Got a new gold veil. Got a new blushing. Let's see here. I got a new marble right here. This is a male. I saw his papilla. And I've got 5 more neon tetras, but they're hiding right now. You can see my tank is doing really, really, really good, and I'm so happy with it. I actually had to trim back the Lewiggia. It'll grow back to what it was before, but the stuff was just growing everywhere. It was tangled up in each other. It was utter chaos, and you can see the fish are getting a little hungry right now. Tank is looking good. I came up with the idea of what I want to do over here, and I'll be working on that soon. My tank is, oh, I'm so happy with my tanks, guys. 125 is looking great. Restocking it. I got to get some more neons and some more rummy noses to complete my school of those. Get some rams back in here, maybe 1 more angel and some Cory cats, and then just plant the hell out of this tank and we'll be done. And then again, we'll never be done because there will always be slight adjustments to this tank, but for the long run, we'll be done. One more look at the 55-gallon. Boosh. You can see the water is really clear. That's what I gotta say. Tell me what you think, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Later.